98, Sam. What else can I say? He's impossible to use. 97, Charlie. Her main attack does no damage, and I don't even know what the point of her super is. 96, Miko. I guess he's a fine marksman counter, but by the time his attack reloads, he's already cooked. 95, Melody. She's okay in knockout for avoiding attacks, but her attacks, well, they don't do anything. 94, Chuck. What's he good for except going fast in his zoom car and causing pollution? 93, Rosa. Her attack does no damage, and her super doesn't do anything either. It only gives her a slight protection shield. 92, Poco. I wish we could explain to him that his power of music does absolutely nothing. 91, Janet. While having decent range, her attack does minimal damage, and her super's decent, but it's kind of hard to control. 90, Sandy. I mean, his attack does damage, but his reload speed should be faster, and his super is kind of pointless in solo game modes. 89, Bonnie. She should have 3 attack slots for her cannon form. She's okay when she's out of the cannon, but her range is bad and she can still get cooked easily. 88, Gene. Don't even try to deny it, he's adorable, but he should not be out there brawling with his 0 damage attack. It's impossible to aim. 87, Jay Young. He's bad at singing and bad at brawling. His healing attack is pretty bad because it doesn't have much range, and it also doesn't heal for that much. His main attack also does minimal damage. 86, Mo. I'm just gonna give you a moment to look at his attack damage. He also has very low health. He's okay in super form, but still not great. 85, Draco. His super does no damage and it's really kind of pointless, and his main attack's range is too short. 84, Gale. I have no complaints about his hypercharge, but I do have complaints about his no damage, super, and regular attack. 83, Gray. His super's actually pretty good for avoiding attacks, but his health is too low, and he shouldn't be a support because I can't tell if he has a health attack or not, but it doesn't appear like it when I play as him. 82, Bull. His main attack has no range, and it only does damage when you're like an inch away from an opponent. Also, his super's hard to control. 81, Finks. Speaking of controlling, apparently he can control time, but he's not very good at it because I always cook him when I play against him in Showdown. Also, his main attack doesn't do much damage, and his super, well, it's kind of pointless. 80, Tara. Her main attack is only good when you're an inch away from the opponent because it does more damage that way, but her super's decent and her main attack is questionable from long range. 79, Lola. Her main attack is actually pretty good, and her super boosts it, but she's easily countered by several brawlers, and she doesn't do enough damage to be that good. 78, Barry. His main attack does not much damage, but the only reason I'm actually decent with him is because it doesn't seem like anyone else knows that if you stand in his frosting, you take damage. His healing gadget's decent, but his health is too low, and he can easily get cooked by marksmen. 77, Barley. He would be half decent if he had like 7,000 health. 76, Clancy. It's probably because I don't really understand his main attack. Apparently, the more tokens he gets, the more damage his attack does. But where are those tokens? I can't seem to find them. And his attack still doesn't do that much damage even with them. 75, Eve. She has one advantage, and it's that she can fly over water. But her damage and health, no. 74, Ruffs. His main attack and super aren't too bad. His super's actually pretty good, but his health, it always comes down to the health. 73, Belle. What I like about Belle is her main attack. It has good damage. What I don't like about Belle is her health. It's bad. 72, Penny. Is it just me, or is every shot that you hit with Penny doesn't work? Her super's actually really good, but her main attack, it has long range, and I feel like it should be good, but it's not. 71, Gus. I, for one, like his main attack. and I think it does pretty good damage, and you can use it in hard-to-beat situations, but also, if you're in one of those hard situations with Piper, you're getting one-shotted. 70, Ash. The thing about Ash is that the more damage he takes, the more damage he does. The problem is, I don't get damaged when I use Ash because I'm skilled. Not to brag. 69, Ollie. His main attack's pretty good, but his super isn't very good. And his gadgets and star powers are decent. I figured this is where I point out that this is where the brawlers I mentioned start to get, well, good. 68, Fang. His main attacks are good, his super's decent, and his gadgets are pretty good. 67, Lou. His freezing ability with his attacks can come in pretty handy in certain game modes, especially solo. 66, Dynamite. His attacks are good when there's walls around, and he's also pretty good in knockout, especially in 1v3 scenarios. He can really clutch up. 65, Pam. Her attack doesn't do much damage, but it can be pretty good in showdowns, especially in solo showdown, and she also counters a lot of brawlers. 64, Nita. For being the third easiest brawler to get, she's pretty good. Her main attack does a lot of damage, and her super is really annoying to enemies, especially when she uses her gadget, which gives her a shield. 63, Stu. A lot of people don't know that every shot you hit charges Stu's super. This can be used to avoid attacks, and then you can quickly counter them with his main attack. 62, Piper. Piper used to be even better when there was less assassins in the game, although Supercell is adding way more of those. Her attack is still good long range, and she counters a lot of brawlers despite her low health. Also, her super is good for countering assassins, despite her main attack is not, since she does more damage long range. 61, Juju. Her throwing ability comes in handy in several game modes. 60, Lumi. Her main attack is pretty good long range, and I especially like how you can wait to draw back the chain she throws. Her super is also good for stunning, and it's good in solo showdown. 59, Angelo. I'm going to say it once. His main attack, if you hold down the attack button, it charges it more, and it does more damage the more you charge it. He can also fly over water, which is key on maps with water. 58, Larry and Lori. You start as Larry. His throwing attack does a lot of damage because it explodes twice. His super calls in the other brother, who has a laser attack that also does a good bit of damage. 57, Rico. Rico's biggest strength is walls. All of his attacks bounce off walls, so if there's a map with lots of walls, use Rico. It's recommended. 56, Colt. He may have low HP and his gadgets aren't that good, but his main attacks do lots of damage, and his super can be really good, although hard to control and aim. 55, Pearl. A lot of people don't read brawler traits, so I'm going to tell it to you. Pearl does more damage the more shots you hit. It's really good in showdown, and other game modes too, just not as much. 54, El Primo. He's one of my favorite close-range brawlers. He does a lot of damage, and his super can be good when there's 2 people left in a showdown battle. 53, Ziggy. His attacks are really good for countering marksmen, although they're a bit hard to aim since they don't strike the minute you tap it. His super is really good in knockout because it takes up almost the entire map, and it does a lot of damage to everyone on the other team, as long as you aim it right. 52, Sprout. I'm going to say this with all my heart. Sprout is absolutely OP in Brawl Ball and Brawl Hockey. If you put a wall from her super around your goal, the opposing team can't even score, and there's no way to destroy the wall. While her main attack doesn't do much damage, her super can come in really handy in certain game modes. 51, Kaze. Kaze's got to be the most controversial brawler. Everyone thinks it's so cool to own the only ultra-legendary brawler. Well, she's good, but she's a bit overrated. The good thing about Kaze is that you can switch her form, although I prefer Geisha form. A tip, it does more damage, and the reload speed is faster. Plus the super is better. 50, Byron. Byron has but one problem, his health. His attacks are good. They don't do a lot of damage, but they damage over time, which can come in really handy when you just need to get out of there, because it still damages, even if you don't have to hit them. 49, Hank. Remember what I said about Rico being good with walls? Well, Hank is even better. His attack is a bubble, which goes right over all walls, and it does a lot of damage the more you charge it. Also, it gets bigger the more you charge it. And if someone's attacking you like an assassin, you don't have to charge the bubble all the way. You can do a quick short attack with it to get a little bit of damage in run time. It's great. 48, Edgar. He's only low because he has a lot of counters, but he does a lot of damage, and he's really good in Showdown for getting quick kills. And he's also fast, so he can get out of places if necessary. And if I have to say this again, I will crash out. Every time you hit an attack with him, he heals a bit. There, now you know, finally. 47, Brock. The one thing I don't understand about Brock is why he has so many of the same skins, but in different colors. It's kind of weird to me. He has, 25 skins? Anyway, about his attacks. His main attack does a lot of damage, and then it leaves a puddle that does damage if you step in it. His super, well, it's really good, and it's even better if you have his hypercharge active. He's a good brawler. His only conflict is his health, but it's fine. 46, Meg. When you kill Meg in her tank form, she jumps out and does even more damage in human form. It's like Doug's super, except it's permanent. Meg is really good. Her main attack does a lot of damage, and her super is also really good for damage and quick kills. 45, Jessie. Her main attack isn't too great since her reload speed is slow, but at least it can bounce off enemies and then do more damage. The one conflict is that I think it should do more damage each time as it bounces off, because that's more impressive. Her super is really good because it's a turret and it actually does a lot of damage, especially with her hypercharge. 44, Kit. He's overrated. His attack does less damage than people realize, and his super is not all that great, especially if you use it on a Griff who can immediately counter you. But thankfully, he has a good reload speed, and he can consistently get kills, and also he can get chests in Showdown. 43, Willow. When I said Sprout was OP in Brawl Ball and Brawl Hockey, Willow falls under that same category. Her mind control super can literally make the opponent score on themselves. It's so good. I thought they were hacking the first time I played against a Willow. 42, Shelly. For being the default brawler, she's really good. I mean, you would think the default brawler wouldn't be as good as Shelly is. Her super blasts back the opponents, and it does a good bit of damage. And her main attack, like Bull and Daryl and many others, it does more damage the closer the range you are. 41, Ems. I was disappointed when I first realized Ems' main attack didn't go through walls, but at least it can easily kill low HP brawlers. And her super slows people down, so she can just quickly attack them and poison them to death. 40, Pierce, the newest brawler. He's actually really good. His reload speed is weird because you have to wait for all three to reload at once. His third attack does a lot more damage, and he drops shells, which you can walk into and quick fire. His super makes a pool, and if you fire the shots into the pool, they do like 1 trillion damage. It's so good. 39, Chester. Oh, what a joy Chester is. He's so confusing. Every main attack is different. He shoots 1 bell, then 2, then 3, then 4 bells. And he has 5 different supers that all go in random order, although they all copy other brawlers' attacks, but they're really good because they seem to be better than other brawlers' attacks. 38, Buster. I always thought he was really good until I realized he was closer range than I thought. His super is good because it slows down opponents, and then when it's over, you can just kill them with his main attack. 37, Shade. This is one of my favorite brawlers to use in Showdown. He can go over water, which is really key on maps like Makeshift Scaffolding. Like, you know what that is. It was only recently that even I learned that Shade's attack does more damage if you hit an opponent in the middle. And his super makes him go through walls, which is really good in tight situations. 36, Jackie. Oh boy, she can so easily be killed by marksmen, but close-range brawlers, she cooks. She can 3-shot literally anybody, even Frank, with her big attack range and her high damage. 35, Tick. My friend likes Tick. I personally am not very good with Tick, but Tick is really good for shooting over walls, and his attack actually does a lot of damage. And his super, well, it does even more damage. However, he has very low HP and can be one-shotted by basically anybody. 34, Bo. His main attack does a lot of damage, and with his star power, his super, which is placing mines, can actually stun opponents when they run into them. 33, Maisie. She starts with low HP, but in Showdown if you get more cubes, she does a lot of damage by the end, and her super's also really good. 32, Max. For those of you that don't have Max, please know that she has 4 attack slots, and that she's a she, because a lot of people don't take Max as a girl's name. Anyway, her attack does a lot of damage, although her super's not great. All it does is make you go faster. Still overall good. 31, B. She actually does a lot of damage the more shots you hit with her. She's very long range, and she's really good for sniping. Her super's good because it slows opponents down, so if you're far away from them, you can easily hit them with your attack. 30, Nani. Her main attack is shooting 3 orbs that eventually meet in the middle. If all 3 of those orbs hit, it does a ton of damage. If less of them hit, it still does a lot of damage. Nani should really be a damage dealer. Her super is decent because it controls something that goes out and hits opponents, but it unfortunately means that Nani cannot move while the super is active, unless you're using the teleportation gadget, which teleports her to the super. But anyway, she's good overall. 29, Surge. Surge is also pretty complicated. Every time you use his super, he jumps, causing damage, but it levels him up, quote-unquote, which basically just means he does more damage with every attack. 28, Kenji. I'm going to say this. Kenji's super is really, really good. It does a lot of damage, and it's really impossible to counter it if you don't time your attack properly. Kenji's main attack is also really good. It's sort of like Mortis's, except it does slightly less damage, and Kenji as a whole has less health. But the super is the giveaway for why he's this high up. 27, RT. RT is also complicated. He's really bad for getting chests in Showdown because his attack does no damage on those. But if an attack actually hits another brawler, it tracks them, quote-unquote, and that means every attack you hit on them from now on does more damage. His super splits him in half, and he has 2 bases now, and they both do a ton of damage when their attack is used. 26, Mr. P. What I like about Mr. P is that his attack goes over walls, and it also shoots fast. And it does a lot of damage. Triple whammy. 25, Mandy. Mandy's super is so good. It's basically an all-powerful laser of candy that penetrates all walls, and it goes for infinite miles. And it also does a ton of damage if it hits people. Mandy's hypercharge fires 3 of those, so please max out Mandy. 24, 8-bit. If he didn't do enough damage yet with his main attack, his super, a turret, increases his damage even more. And what's more, he's really slow. Slowest brawler in the game. He would be so much better if he wasn't so slow. 23, Meeple. I'm going to be honest, I don't know that much about Meeple, because I don't have him. All I know is that he has long range and his attacks do a lot of damage. And he also has this gadget that puts a wall around people, so they basically can't move. 22, Trunk. I don't like how much hate Trunk gets. He's really good, and he's also good for sneak attacks because he spins and his attacks go through walls, doing a lot of damage. He also does more damage close range. 21, Crow. I don't understand Crow. I know he's one of those brawlers where if you hit someone, they get damage over time, but he seems to do more damage from closer, and his super jumps, shooting a whole bunch of attacks out, and he basically just attacks you, like a bird would if you had a cracker. 20, Carl. He throws a pickaxe like a boomerang, and it does a lot of damage because it hits the brawler twice that you aim it at. It's a 1-slot attack, so its reload speed is fast, and Carl's super just makes him spin like a high person. It's really good, but it's really crazy. 19, Colette. Colette's main attack is weird, but my friend explained it to me. Basically, the more health a brawler has, the more damage Colette does. It's really quite simple. 18, Daryl. He's the only brawler I know who does 1,000,000 damage from an inch away, but he also has long range. Well, medium range. His super's good. It can either avoid attacks or cause an attack. He's a very utility-esque brawler. 17. Frank. He's my favorite brawler, so this will be a really long explanation. His main attack does a lot of damage. It doesn't have the best range, but he also has fast reload speed. His super destroys a wall and it stuns people. However, there is a way to counter it if you have an attack of some sort that can just stop him from attacking. His hypercharge, probably the best hypercharge in the game. It makes his super go in a giant circle, basically breaking everything and stunning everyone. 16. BB. So BB has this thing called anger. There's a little red bar below her attack slots to measure it. And basically, her angry attack, when she swings her bat, it knocks the person back, which is really annoying because it means they have time to run and you can't hit them again. Although I think it does more damage. And her super, it just bounces off a bunch of walls until it feels like stopping. It's cool. 15. Mina. She's like Chester, except instead of having 5 supers, she has 3 main attacks, all doing different amount of damage with different ranges. And her super is really good for damage too. She's an interesting brawler and she's hard to figure out how to use, but once you do, she's really good. 14. Cordelius. Assassin, short range, super isn't great. You wouldn't think he's very good, would you? Well, he has this gadget that basically stops opponents from attacking for a solid 3 or 4 seconds. And while that gadget is active, you can just kill them. It's so fun. 13. Leon. Like most assassin shooters, he does more damage the closer he is to the opponent. He also has this really fun gadget where he basically makes a duplicate of himself to confuse people and make them think they're cool because they killed a Leon. And his super makes him invisible. OP, right? Well, it's actually pretty easy to figure out where Leon is, but, it's a good effort. 12. Squeak. Cutest brawler in history. Oh, I love Squeak so much. It's too bad he's so far down the star road for me. Squeak's attack is good because if you directly hit them, it sticks with them, and then it does more damage. And his super just throws basically a million of his main attacks. It's good. 11. Gigi. Everyone says Gigi's an F-tier brawler. Well then please explain why it's impossible to avoid her main attack. She spins, she has one of those bars where it just keeps going down and down, and she does so much damage, and you can't really escape it if you're slow or the same speed as Gigi. It's OP. I don't know why people don't realize that. 10. Buzz. He may not have the best range, but his attack does a lot of damage, and if you can hit 2 people with his stunning super, you can easily kill them both in the time that they're stunned for. 9. Griff. Most people don't recognize Griff as a very good brawler, but I've found out that he does tons of damage with a closer range shot, and even from farther away, he still does good bits of damage. Plus, his super is really good in tight situations. 8. Mortis. His main attack does a lot of damage. His only problem is his reload speed, but his healing gadget is really key, and his super apparently also does lots of damage. Mortis also easily counters marksmen because he can dodge their attacks with his main attack. 7. Allie. Allie is like Mortis. She's a slasher, except she has better reload speed and about the same amount of damage, but she has a key trait that if she sees a brawler under 50% health, she does more damage to them. Plus, she can swim across water, which is really key on water maps. 6. Spike. I must not understand Spike, because it seems like when I go against him, he does crazy amounts of damage to me. Plus, he's long range, and his super can stop people from moving away from him so that he can easily attack them and get quick kills. 3. Otis. His main attack does a lot of damage, and he has decent reload speed. While being slow, his super is OP because it stops opponents from attacking, and this can be really key in several game modes, including Showdown, which is where I use him most. 2. Doug. His main attack does crazy amounts of damage, and his super literally makes him respawn. Plus, you can also heal teammates in team modes with his main attack. And finally, number 1, Lily, the best brawler in the game. Her main attack, which is sort of like a slash, can be used greatly to counter certain brawlers' attacks, And her Shadow Realm attack can be used to trick brawlers and confuse them. And then, after you come out of the Shadow Realm, you can sneak attack them. It's great. Lily can be used in every game mode well, and her attacks do lots of damage too. I doubt you made it this far in the video, but if you did, that's much appreciated because this took a long time. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm sorry for my Smash Carts watchers for posting Brawl Stars now, but I don't see what's wrong with variety, so bye.